Hello, Dense MC here with another Charlie's Angels summary and review. Broadcast on October 20th, 1976, Angels in Chains is the fourth episode and the first with Angels in the title. When the only lead to a missing woman is a strange police arrest record, the Angels investigate. Soon they run into corrupt cops who arrest them on bogus charges, landing them in a very suspicious women's jail. Questioning the other inmates, they soon discover a pattern of wildly overblown sentences, especially if they're young and pretty. While being sassy with the cruel guards and continuing their investigation, Madam Warden picks them for some special nighttime favors. This episode features David Huddleston as the corrupt sheriff, Anthony James as creepy Deputy Carl, Mary Woronoff as brutal head prison guard Maxine, and Neva Patterson as the perverse Warden Sorensen. Also featured in the episode is Brooke Tucker as violent guard Fran, a young Kim Basinger as innocent inmate Linda, Terry Green as the unsuccessful escapee Elizabeth, whose disappearance starts the investigation, by her sister Christine, played by pre-Love Boat Lauren Tews. One interesting, and slightly unsatisfying, aspect of the Angels' journey to jail is we don't see the court. They get arrested, then we see them transported to the women's facility with nothing in between. Yes, I know they refer to being railroaded and not being properly represented in court, but they really gloss over the fact that their sentencing had to have involved either a judge in cahoots with the warden or an entire corrupt court system. Iconic scene of the episode? While the shower and delousing spray scene where all three angels are nude, with only a towel preserving their modesty for 1970s TV, is a standout, to me it's second only to the most iconic image of not only the episode, but the entire first season. The angels escape clad in their prison denim while Daisy chained together. Running for their lives, Sabrina and Kelly try to go in different directions, causing Jill in the middle to be tugged back and forth. This scene was recreated for the 2000 movie's intro montage, with Cameron Diaz's Natalie character in Jill's position. Interesting quote of the episode? When the three angels get together in the prison cafeteria to exchange notes, Kelly makes a cute reference to another, then-current, TV show. Sabrina says, referring to tracking the missing Elizabeth's last known location, "What we really need is a way to get into the infirmary to check Billy's story out." Kelly, referring to the two guards women, with Laverne and Shirley patrolling the beat, the question is, how? In the category of interesting fashion choice, what the hell were those cocktail dresses with feather boas first offered to the Angels? I know the prison is located in the South, but come on, this isn't a Western. Only Jill and Kelly are wearing more normal evening gowns when they enter the warden's quote-unquote house. Poor Sabrina gets the one with the ugly feathers. One thing I really liked, but may have been unintended, was the depiction of bloodhound dogs. During their escape attempt, the three chained angels cross at least two bodies of shallow water. When the sheriff's men track them using these dogs, they don't slow down at the water at all. Many other TV shows will have you believe that trained tracking dogs will lose a prey's scent at water, but in reality they don't. Sabrina does try to throw off their scent with gasoline, but oddly the scene shifts almost immediately to the angels finding an unlocked truck, resulting in a car chase. It's a pretty straightforward plot. Young women are being arrested on trumped-up or fabricated charges, railroaded to jail. They are offered reduced sentences if they become the Madam Warden's prostitutes. The episode starts with escapee Elizabeth being hunted down by Deputy Carl and his dogs. It's an intense scene which sets a decidedly horrific mood, reminding me of 1979's Moonraker, where James Bond villain Drax sets his hound on a traitorous woman. The tone throughout the episode doesn't veer much from dead serious, despite the constant sassy quips from the Angels. In fact, I think this episode may have the highest body count, maybe by implication. The missing woman who starts the case is killed, and the two corrupt cops are killed in the car chase at the end. But the one police officer who was supposed to be an informant had quote-unquote resigned permanently. It's an undetailed offhand remark, but they clearly killed him. Also, the fear instilled by the warden on the prospective girls might mean that refusal or past escape attempts resulted in execution too. Plot hole, but only maybe? The sheriff looks up the records of the Angels for the warden and discovers rap sheets on 2 of them, expertly forged by Charlie. This leads them to believe that nobody will be looking for them if they get out of line. This should have eliminated Elizabeth from the pickings, since her sister Christine was constantly contacting the prison for updates. However, the timeline between Elizabeth's incarceration and Christine looking for her may have been too far apart. At the end of the episode, Kim Basinger's character pops up at Charlie's office, and I got the weirdest feeling that they were going to introduce her as a future angel or something. This wasn't the intention of the scene, though. Most likely it was the writer trying to detail what happened to some of the innocent women caught up in the prison scam. But usually this is just dialogue at the end. By not keeping it vague, it forces the viewer to focus on Kim Basinger's Linda character for no reason. Despite being a fan favorite and an iconic episode, this is really not my favorite story. It's not because of any fault of the writing or acting, but rather the subject matter itself. Police corruption, judicial corruption, and innocence imprisoned are just depressing subjects to me. I know a lot of viewers will see the more entertaining, read salacious, side of the women in prison genre being exploited here. Fans will of course root for the jailed angels who are there specifically to kick ass. One thing that disappointed me was the brief mention at the end that everyone who worked at the women's facility were arrested. I would have liked to have seen that in action. Perhaps replacing the scene with Kim Basinger with a scene of federal agents putting the warden in cuffs would have been sweet schadenfreude. IMDb rated this episode a 7.9 out of 10, and while I don't like the theme personally, it is a really good episode. I would rate it an 8 even. Good morning, Charlie.